Hello Captains, this is Kent again and welcome to the flight show. So in our previous episode we already looked at the setting up the aircraft and getting ready for taxi, and now we're going to taxi to the runway and depart. I want to go ahead right now and get our altitude, so I'm going to set it for 12,000 right now. Okay, so that's set for 12, and we will put our auto throttle before we take off. I haven't gone through the actual checklist, so bear with me on that one. But we are ready for taxi. So clear on the left, clear on the right, and let's just go ahead and get our flaps. Okay. All right. It's a really easy plane to taxi, by the way. So let's see, it's looking good. It's our path here. Actually, we should have followed this line as I look at our taxi route. So let's just meet up with it over here. She's a really smooth taxi, I have to tell you. It's so smooth that sometimes it makes you wonder, okay, is this a little too easy, or is this just really how it handles? I don't know. I usually struggle to keep planes on the center line, but ever since I've had to reinstall my Prepar3D after my high drive crash, actually a lot of the planes taxi a lot better. And I guess it just goes to show that every now and then you need a good clean install. And I think you're reluctant to do so because you've got if you have a lot of add-ons, it's like a pain. But, you know, the proof is in the pudding. It really makes life simpler. You know, after just trying to find workarounds and fixes, if you just reinstall, everything goes in properly. But, you know, it's a judgment call. Would I be quick to reinstall again? No. But I'm being very careful to keep track of what everything is supposed to be, where it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to be, such that I won't have to do that again anytime soon. Alright, so just keep going to our runway left. And looking good. Alright, I had to take my face out of the cockpit for a second, so I was looking at my EFB2. Just while we're at it, well, I'm going to zoom into our display for our flight path in just a second, but for now let's just go ahead and get our taxi on. Okay. Oh, there's a helicopter pad, never noticed that before. Might have to fly in here with the Huey and just land there just for the sake of doing it. Alright. I have to say some of these maps seem to be misplaced, but I'm not going to. Sorry, I was looking over my shoulder at my, what do you call EFB2. Just to see where I was on the taxi, but alright, we're almost at the runway, so looking good. Okay, so in the meantime, I think I'm going to go ahead and put on our LNAV and our RNAV. Let's see here. Our VNAV we can arm. We cannot do our LNAV until we're at least 400 feet off the ground, or if I remember that from the notes. So we'll just roll with it. Now, in the meantime, I think I'll just increase this because it's a little hard to see from this magnification. So I'm going to put these two right here so you can can see it, and I can see it actually. And let's see, we're almost in position, so that's good. Normally I put them on a screen just under the on a monitor that's just under the monitor you're looking at, but I thought you might want to see it, so I will leave it up here. Alright. Okay, we're going to assume, just pretend that we got clearance since we're not you know, flying with ATC. And so we have our landing lights on, and we will go ahead and line up. Flaps are in position. Alright. Okay. Auto throttle. Get that on. Nav. Oh, that did come on. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Alright, so throttle up. Let's see. Where's our toga? Okay. Throttling up. Takeoff. Check. Center line.
80 knots. TV1. Rotate.
Rotate. All right.
How's it be? You're up.
You're up.
V2. Flaps up.
Flaps up. Okay. Now, our flight director is not telling us to turn just yet. Okay, never mind that pause. I may have, no, we'll see. Okay, there we go. There's our turn. Alright. So we're going to follow our flight director. Now, I have to say, the scenery flying out of Manchester, very nice. Cloudy day, but it makes for nice dramatics. Okay, we're coming out nicely. Okay, we're holding it. We're a little over. We need to pull back. So let's go to thrust. We want to bring this back. We should. Hey, come on. Okay, I know what I'll do. I'll turn that off. Now you gotta listen to me. Come on back. We shouldn't have gone over too far. I don't know why our thrust did not listen to us. Okay, so I'm going to leave you off, and I'll control you manually until I figure that out. Not a big deal. Wish I caught it a little sooner. Alright. Okay. Good. So we're flying out. Give it a little more throttle. Okay, I'm going to turn this over to the autopilot while I get to take a look at our speeds. Oh, that should have picked that up. I don't know why we're descending. But the autopilot, okay, it's kicking in, so that's fine. Let's see what our speeds are. Yeah, it's listed at 240, so I don't know why it jumped like that. Let's see if we can do this right now. Like LNAV, VNAV. We'll leave you up. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why it jetted over our proper speeds. But, okay, we're in our climb, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. But got to get that cleared up. This is a new release, so I don't know. It may be a glitch. It may not. I will assume maybe I did something wrong until I know otherwise. But, okay, so we're going to go ahead and move our altitude up to 23,000. Okay. So we will monitor things from here. But thus far, things look beautiful. Okay, so I'll just let you know. So I'm also using Rex Skyforce for my textures in the clouds. And of course Active Sky for my weather generation. Everything looking good. Alright. So we're at 7,000, almost at 10. So as soon as we reach our transition altitude, we'll So my heading knob is still, it's kind of weird, but it makes, my interface with my VR Insight MPC is not without its flaws. So I just need to go ahead and not adjust my heading using that. I just have to look at it here. I wanted to just keep this on our flight path. So annoying. Okay, good. Alright, we're at 10,000. So we can turn off our landing lights. And let's see. We're listed for cruising at 260. So that should be alright. Okay, so now we are in ascension to cruising altitude, which, considering we're at 11,000 feet, it's not going to take too long. And just to go over our preparations for landing. We're here, we're at 170, so that's fine. Everything seems to be in order. Now, I'm still learning this, but I find it interesting that you don't have the next waypoint that says the runway and the speed that you should have at touchdown. But I know that this doesn't have Category 3 landing, so maybe that's why. I don't really know yet. Still have to do a little studying on that. But I can go ahead and show you that you do have your VNAV functionings, which I have not really learned to use just yet. But it does have your information for descent. I'm just having to learn how to use it. But all that being said, you have your progress. So that's keeping track, ETA, all the good information here that's pretty detailed considering that this is not study level. So again, you can just get in here and fly, or you can learn systems. It's enjoyable, I'll just have to admit. Okay, so then we also have our fixes, so, you know, I think you can get into. Okay, we have a warning light. And it's fuel, because evidently we're using a lot of it. But we should be fine from making our trip. The one that I was going to post last night, oh my gosh, we ran out of fuel. I was like, no, we're going to learn. I am definitely going to have to learn how to do these fuels because they're just not doing what I want them to do. But let's just check out something. If we go to index and we go to, let's see here, load fuel. I should have done, that's how much was loaded. And it should have, there's the problem. Should have loaded more than, okay, it didn't, okay, now I get it. So, I don't know how to handle this. I'm going to just try something. I have to think, I'm going to have to read up on that. So my fuel was not getting in, and that is why we've had this issue. But I also see here that it's in kilograms when that might be right then, because I need to be in pounds. But I don't necessarily see if we can change, you know, the way it's displayed on this menu. Let's just explore, shall we? Alright, we should be reaching our altitude right now. That's good. Flight plan, nav data, approach. Right, so there we can put in let's just look at that real fast for our arrival since we are on this page. Arrival will be coming in on, let me show you here, runway 8, and our arrival is going to be, excuse me, we'll be landing on Will 03B. Alright, so that looks good. Will 03B. Start. Okay, so that's taken care of, and so I can look over here and I can see, I can close this now. Our runway, we need to be 190. Oh, that's already in. Beautiful. And we already have our course, so that's beautiful. Alright, so yes, we are at cruising altitude. And our navs for landing are already taken care of. So all we have to do for the moment is observe some nice visuals. So I'll let you do that. Okay, so we are going to bring you back when it's time for our descent. I appreciate you tuning in for this little section of our filming of our flight from Manchester to Gatwick. And be sure to subscribe, hit a couple of likes, leave a comment. And I'll see you in the virtual skies.